Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. We are inching so very close to the 200th episode of this show. This is episode 198. Before we get to that, if you're new here, you got a lot to catch up on. If you like what you're seeing, go back, watch some of the older episodes. Everybody on this show tonight has been on the show before. If you like them, look for one of those episodes. If you like me, I host almost every episode. So, you'll find, if you don't like me, I don't host every episode. So find those. Also, if you're not on the Facebook group, you should join that if you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video. That's where you can get all the information about this show, including how to be on it. I believe we just filled up October, but October will end way quicker than I want it to, and I'll start booking for November, within the next couple of weeks. So look out for that. Also, I am planning a little special 200th episode. I've been doing this on like the milestone episodes. Where I invite whoever wants to be on. We do, as many people as we can fill the room, everybody competing against each other, go through like 20 movies. Look out for the date of that. That will probably be, it will be sometime between next Monday and the Monday after that. Otherwise, I've got my numbers wrong. So for information about that, look out on the Facebook page or on Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. As I've been doing the last few months, the winner of every episode has the optional choice as a prize to assign a movie for me to watch over the next week. And last week, our winner, Tyler Tuttle, had me watch 2010's The Spy Next Door. Jackie Chan family comedy. And I want to say congratulations to Tyler Tuttle for breaking me. This is, without a doubt, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I didn't know I could still hate movies that much. It's wrong in every way that isn't fun. It's sad to watch the fights. Every character's the worst character in the movie. Your lead talents, you have Jackie Chan. Right underneath them, you have George Lopez and Billy Ray Cyrus. And right below them, you have the guy from Lazy Town. And that's basically every recognizable face in that movie. It is atrocious. If you want to see my full thoughts on that, on my notes app, I did a running commentary of that movie. Took some medication, watched the movie. If you want to see all, I believe, 1,100 words of that's on my my Letterboxd at Blundering Idiom. You can watch the slow descent into anger, sadness, madness. Tyler, somehow you beat Samurai Cop. And that's part of what the show's about. Not every movie can be good. Not everybody can force me to finally watch Goodfellas. Sometimes I need to be punished for running this show. And thank you, Tyler Tuttle, for really punishing me with that one. Hopefully this week will be a little better, but I guess we'll see. On this episode, we're doing a topic that I've done. This is the fourth time now this year, and I just really love putting together these games. This is Pick an Actor. I've asked each of my guests to send me an actor before the show, and we're just going to go through movies and those three actors' filmographies without wasting any more time on me talking. Well, let's bring in our guests. Joining me on the show tonight are Arnee Martin, Freddie Scibelli, and Josh Poirier. Welcome, everybody.
What's up?
Hello.
Is it wrong that I feel like I mispronounced every single one of your names, even though you've all been on the show?
I mean, I think you mispronounce my name every one of the 70 episodes I've been on, and I just haven't corrected you.
Is it Yosh?
Yeah, it is Yosh. It is Yosh.
Well, for these episodes, I don't want to play mini games. I want to get through as many of these movies as possible. So we're going to go through 12 movies tonight and have a final question. So without delaying, let's bring in our first guest. Her first episode on the show was last week, and I'm so happy that did not scare her off of coming back. Just a delight. So happy that she's part of this show now. Arnee Martin, welcome to the show.
Hello. Hoping to get at least 1 point.
I hope you buzz in. I hope you have a chance. I hope you know some of these. You picked an actor. Would you reveal to your competitors tonight which actor you picked?
Yeah, sure. Keanu Reeves, because I didn't realize how much I liked him until a roommate pointed out, like, hey, you talk about him a lot. I was like, oh yeah, I really do like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I do feel like he's one of those people that you have to realize you like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when you do, it's like, oh yeah, he seems like just a genuinely nice person and a fun actor. Maybe he's not the best, but you just like him because he brings so much to the screen.
Yeah, and he's actually gotten better.
He has gotten better.
So,
well, do you have a Keanu Reeves movie, either one that's your favorite or one you think not enough people have seen?
Yeah, I feel like The Matrix is kind of a cop-out, but I really like The Matrix. Yeah. When it came out, I had it on VHS, watched it all the time. Your second question was like one that people really haven't seen. Is that what it was?
Yeah, any sort of like under the radar, less talked about Keanu Reeves movies, if you have any. Like you don't.
Yeah. This one, only because it's fall, and I was just talking about it. It's called Sweet November. It's him and Charlize Theron. It's a rom-com, manic pixie. It's bad. It's terrible. But when it came out, I watched it so often because that's all that was on TV. So
Sweet November. Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
It's terrible.
You know what I love about The Matrix? They actually give away the plot. They give away the plot of the entire movie right at the beginning of the movie, and nobody noticed.
And The Matrix or Sweet November?
When the two people in the back of the car, they say, "Okay, let's go, Copper Top," and they're referring to the fact that he's a battery.
That is the whole plot of the movie.
Oh. I'll rewatch that. Yeah, I'll look for it. I never noticed.
Do you want to say one that I want to bring up? Just because not enough people talk about it in the pantheon of like great bad Keanu Reeves movies. Johnny Mnemonic is an almost perfect movie.
I've never seen it, but it pops up a lot.
Sandra Bullock too, right? Is that Sandra Bullock in that?
No, that's Sandra Bullock's not in that one.
Dolph Lundgren is a priest.
Dolph Lundgren is Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Henry Rollins is a scientist.
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Ice Cube. I gotta.
Oh no, Ice T. Not Ice Cube. Ice T is in that one, and it's the only way to deliver data is to upload the data directly into his brain.
Yeah, every human being is a USB stick.
If you haven't seen Johnny Mnemonic, do yourself a favor. Have a fun night. Arnee, I'm so happy you're back. I hope this one works for you. Also returning to the show, also second appearance, also somebody who I went for his last name and then realized I didn't have it. So Freddie Scibelli?
Yeah, that's exactly it, actually.
Great.
Nailed
I gotta
it.
not second guess myself.
Yeah. Everyone always wants to make that a hard C, but you did it right.
Well, it's one of those things you told me last time, not the hard C, and then I couldn't remember. All right, was it or was it not? Freddie Scibelli, welcome back to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Nick.
It's going to be a fun one tonight. Freddie, what is the actor that you are bringing to the table tonight?
I went with Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro. What an interesting actor.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Benicio, or one that you think people should see, or both?
You know, I'm not like super familiar with it, but I literally just watched the movie Reptile on Netflix right before you messaged me about picking an actor, and I was like, this is actually a pretty good movie, and Benicio is the man in this movie, so I went with that. But I love him also in he's the man in Snatch, so like that's great. The was he Freddie Four Fingers or something like that. I like that movie with with Tommy Lee Jones, with like they have that knife fight. You guys know what I'm talking? This is why I'm actually not good at this game. I feel like Arnee and I are the same thing. I'm like, I need at least a point this week. That's like what brought me down. I can't even pick the names of the movie or the actor I selected. But
yeah, Benicio is one. There's a few performances I really like to talk about that I can't because they might show up tonight.
Yeah.
But I will say, I always really enjoy him when he pops up in the Marvel movies as the Collector. Just such a weird, like, one or two scene character.
I've never actually seen any of the Marvel movies.
That is impressive. I think there are too many now that you can't jump in.
I know of all of them, so that'll at least give me an idea, but I haven't actually seen any of them.
Yeah.
I think you're the only person on the planet who hasn't seen one.
Well, I couldn't say any of them. Like the original Blades, I know. The original, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. None of like the new ones.
Just none of the ones that everybody has seen.
Yeah. That's like great when I fell off going to the movies.
There's a kid in Mongolia who's like, wow, he hasn't seen any of them?
I know. He would destroy me in this game. Although, what about, the X-Men movies that came out with the dude from Star Trek? Is that considered like the new Marvel movies?
Nope.
I need to know, by the dude from Star Trek, do you mean Patrick Stewart?
Yes, Patrick. I almost called him Patrick Swayze.
Oh, I'd love to see Patrick Swayze in an X-Men.
That or another great actor as well.
Those predate the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how this goes for you. Hopefully,
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good because I know Keanu. I'm very happy we got Keanu on the board. My Own Private Idaho. That's a dope movie.
That is one of his movies. Well, Freddie, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Nick.
I wish both you and Arnee a lot of luck because our final contestant, it's been a bit, but he's still one of the most frequent contestants on this show. And I think just through sheer like what am I looking for? Statistics, not statistics.
Yeah, sheer numbers.
Sheer numbers, I think, might have the most wins just because you've been on so many episodes.
The best thing was I had the most losses too.
Josh Poirier, welcome back.
It's Yosh.
It is Yosh.
No. What's up, Nick? How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Well, Josh, who's the final actor we're playing with today?
I picked Nick Martucci.
Oh, there's a couple of movies on the IMDb.
No, I picked Mr. Ed Norton.
Mr. Ed Norton. So the character from The Honeymooners.
Yes, the character for The Honeymooners.
Great. Edward Norton.
Edward Norton, who I understand is a real dick outside of the movies, but I love his acting.
That is a tough one, where he is a legitimately good actor who probably needs to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Edward Norton. Well, same question to you as to everyone else. I mean, I think you've been on, if not every one of these, you've been on.
Yeah, I think I've won 2 of them, I think.
What was that?
I think I've won 2 of these.
Yeah, you've come in Sylvester Stallone, Kurt Russell.
Yeah, and Jeff Bridges.
So yeah, you've been on all of these.
Yeah. No, Ed Norton, the movie that I love, absolutely love. I mean, American History X has to stand up there as a movie that I love to watch once and will never watch again.
Yeah, that is one of those movies that I know is good, and I don't know if I'll ever watch it.
No, it's an amazing movie. The performance is stellar and just flawless. But I watched that movie once, stood out on the front porch for about 45 minutes, just staring at the wall. It was like, what did I just see? And I realized that I'm never going to see this movie again. But a movie that a lot of people kind of look past with him, which I think is one of his best, is actually Death to Smoochie.
I finally saw Death to Smoochie,
I love
and it's
that movie.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's so good.
He's so good in it. Robin Williams, of course, is so good in it. DeVito's great. Always nice to see Catherine Keener popping up in things.
And the funniest thing was, there's actually a story, and there's a story where Henry Rollins tells a story. He was supposed to be the mob boss.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was going to be the mob boss. He auditioned for Danny DeVito. And they told him just go for it. And he had DeVito terrified on the other side of the desk, because he flipped the desk over, just threw everything all over the place, and he just barely missed the role. But I think Henry Rollins in that role would have been amazing too. Added the mystique of Death to Smoochie.
Yeah, I could see that happening, but if I'm picking which actor I want to see in a movie more, I think 10 times out of 10 it's Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah. No, what's supposed to play the Danny DeVito role? He's supposed to play the mobster role, the one with the dumb guy who just loves Smoochie.
Oh fucking yeah! Oh, that guy's great though.
Yeah, he's great though, but I just would love to see Rollins in
it. Awesome. So yeah, tonight, Edward Norton, Benicio del Toro, Keanu Reeves, 2 of them were in a movie together last year, I think.
Yeah.
That isn't going to pop up on this list tonight, so I just was curious if anybody knows the 2 actors in the movie. Because I think this is the first time this has happened in one of these where there's crossover.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
No.
Benicio and Ed Norton, both in Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. Wes Anderson's someone who either I love his movies or I just don't want to see them.
Wes Anderson.
I just need a new Wes one.
Yeah. I loved the last one I loved, I think, was Grand Budapest Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sort of like gave me enough extra on top of the Wes Anderson of it all.
Yeah.
And since then, all of these movies are just, oh, this looks like everything I'm tired of. I'm glad people like them, but I'll take Rushmore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Bottle Rocket.
All right. I still haven't seen Bottle Rocket.
I enjoyed it a lot. It was the first
That's a good one.
It was definitely an eye-opener as to what a movie could be.
I should get on that. Instead, I watched Saturday the 14th today.
Oh, nice.
Getting ready for the holiday this weekend. All right. Well, we got everybody going. You all know how to play the game, but if you're new here, here's what's going to happen. I've gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I have scoured the filmographies of Edward Norton, Keanu Reeves, and Benicio del Toro, and I've pulled parental warnings for all of these films. These parental warnings, I don't write them. I don't know who writes them. It's been 200 episodes, and nobody will raise their hand. The moment I can get somebody who has done more than 1 or 2 of them, for this show, as somebody might do if they were hosting this show, not me, but somebody who doesn't like respect the conceit of the show, that these are anonymous weirdos and not just typing your own thing into there.
Okay,
Hi, Josh. I'm so happy you're back. Anyway, I'm going to read these warnings. My friends here are going to try to figure out what these movies are. We're just going to go in alphabetical order, and I hope this is okay, because I see some roaming going on. Arnee, are you good to pick a year?
Everything's good. The alarm went off in my apartment building, and I was like, no, I'm still playing the game.
Oh,
no. So y'all came on an adventure with me.
So everything's okay. All right, well, Arnee, if you can unmute real quickly, would you like a movie from 1988, 1996, or 2014?
2014.
2014. All right, first movie of the night from 2014, featuring either Keanu Reeves, Benicio del Toro, or Ed Norton, for 5 points under the category of frightening and intense scenes. The movie has some elements of a black comedy. There are a few unsympathetic characters.
That could be about Ed Norton in real life.
Arnee has a guess. What do you think?
Sausage Party?
I mean, that would be a great guess, but it is not Sausage Party.
Okay, I'm playing to win today.
I mean, yeah, that is a movie that I feel like aged poorly right before the credits started rolling.
Yeah, and they're making an animated series about it next year.
No, they aren't.
No
animator would work on that.
They're doing it.
For 4 points under sex and nudity, a man and woman express the press's admiration for an actor as desiring to ejaculate on the actor's face. For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, the main character often has a mental voice in his head speaking to him, and he sometimes hallucinates weird visions. There's a scene where he goes absolutely crazy and starts throwing objects viciously. Freddie has a guess. Anybody else?
Fuck.
What do you think, Freddie?
It's not the right year, but I was going to say Fight Club.
It is very much not the right year.
Yeah.
You're off by, I think, 15 years.
Yeah.
But everybody's assuming after unsympathetic characters that this must be an Ed Norton movie.
Yeah.
For 2 points under sex and nudity, a man is shown walking through Times Square in his underwear. All right, last clue for 1 point under violence and gore. A character imagines he is a superhero. In the background, there's a SWAT team being shot with blood splashes, explosions, people running, and a huge metal bird. Josh has a guess. Anybody else? Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Is this Michael Keaton's Birdman?
This is Edward Norton's Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
Yeah, I didn't know the rest of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to. But no, you were all going down the right path. Of course, it's Edward Norton, and I think he is one of the unsympathetic characters in that movie.
Sure he is.
Well, that is 1 point to Josh, -1 for Arnee and Freddie. We will move on to Freddie. Freddie, would you like a movie from 2005, 2014, or 2019?
2005.
2005. From 2005 for 5 points under sex and nudity, a man refers to a car as, quote, boner inducing.
Sounds familiar.
For 4 points under violence and gore, a man talks about planning to kill another man, and a man talks about a young man eating people's souls. Josh has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Josh?
Might be a dumb guess. Is this Constantine?
Is not Constantine.
I
mean, that's not a dumb guess. I think it came out around that time, and there's definitely souls in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Underrated movie, Constantine.
Very underrated. Very underrated.
Good soundtrack, too.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a man drags a man alongside a moving car with the man's face dragging along the pavement. From a distance, we see a bloody mass of flesh where his face used to be. Freddie has a guess. Anybody else? Arnee also has a guess. Arnee, what do you think this movie is?
Is it No Country for Old Men? Is that?
Freddie,
what's
what do
his
you
name?
think?
Is that him?
Freddie?
Sin City?
It is not No Country for Old Men. Real easy to mix up Benicio del Toro and Javier Bardem.
Okay.
But yes, this movie is Benicio del Toro in Sin City.
Yeah.
The movie that caused Robert Rodriguez to leave the Directors Guild because he wanted Frank Miller to direct a segment of it.
I think the Directors Guild was correct.
Yeah.
Unless you really love The Spirit.
Oh, God. He also wrote RoboCop 2 and 3.
Also in Sin City, Sex and Nudity, one of the segments features a network of prostitutes. Many of them wear revealing clothing through that episode. And violence and gore, the film's style makes the violence not as graphic as it should be, as majority of the blood is white-colored, and with only a few times it's shown as red.
I would say that makes it more graphic in some way. It really makes you imagine the color yourself. I don't know what I'm
it's
talking
real. You really have to dig in your mind and say, what if this white was red? Well, now I'm disturbed.
Well, different shades of red, Nick. Different shades of red.
That means that Freddie has taken the lead of 2 points. Josh down to 0. Arnee at -2. But I'm so happy you're participating this time. Maybe we'll get a Keanu one next. We'll see. Who are we? Josh.
Yep.
Would you like a movie from 1989, 1996, or 2014?
89.
89. From 1989 for 5 points, under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a man kills himself with a cyanide capsule. Josh has a guess based on that. Anybody else?
Did study a little bit for this.
What do you think, Josh?
Not only did I studied a little bit for it, but I also actually, you know what? I'm going to take my guess back.
Okay. Right. You studied so well that it can't be.
You know what it was? I just realized that Norton wasn't acting in 89.
Well, then, yeah, your studying was terrible.
Yeah, because I only studied Ed Norton.
For 4 points under violence and gore, the main character throws maggots in a man's face, punches him, and flips him into a bed of maggots.
Okay, now I'm going to guess because I'm going to guess the year.
All right. Looks like just Josh again.
Is this Richard Grieco's License to Kill?
Only his second movie, Benicio del Toro in License to Kill.
Good pull.
Love Richard Grieco.
I really I love the Dalton movies.
Yeah.
Even the one where he unfortunately fights with Al Qaeda.
Yeah. Also a different movie. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, also in License to Kill, just going through what a weird Bond movie this is. Violence and gore, a man's head explodes after being thrown into a decompression chamber. The scene involves a sadistic man slowly increasing the pressure of the chamber. The victim can be heard screaming in pain and begging for it to stop as his head expands and blows up, followed by the sight of blood and gore splattering onto a window. The scene is lengthy, sustained, and very brutal. Violence and gore. While dangling above a cocaine grinder, the main character pulls a man down. The man tries to hold on to him while screaming, and while his legs are being minced, we can see some blood and gore, although most of it is covered by smoke. He's eventually dragged down, followed by further squealing, ending with a red cloud. I think that's Benicio.
These people got really descriptive with these ones.
And frightening and intense scenes. This is probably the most intense Bond movie to date. Characters die or almost die in graphic detail. However, not as realistic and violent like Craig Bond's, except No Time to Die. I don't know what makes that one the standout.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Dalton ones too, actually. He's surprisingly underrated Bond movies.
I mean, he looks the part and really deserved a third one.
He did. But they gave it to Brosnan.
All right. Well, Josh is reclaimed the lead at 4 points. Freddie at 2. Arnee at -2. Arnee, we're going to move back up to you.
Okay.
Would you like a movie from 2002, 2008, or 2017?
Let's try 2002.
2002. Which for some reason is not showing up in my list. Well, I am going to have to figure that out later. I guess I put on a movie that, at least in this document, I don't have clues for. So let's take a mulligan on that. I am sorry about that. Especially sorry to Josh, as that was supposed to be Death to Smoochie.
Yeah.
So let's replace that with 1991. So 91, 08, or 2017?
08.
08. All right, good. That one's there. 2008 for 5 points under Sex and Nudity. A man and a woman begin to make out, caress, and grope one another on a bed in a manner leading towards sex. But the man withdraws. The woman is not wearing pants, and her full leg is visible.
Scandal.
For 4 points under Violence and Gore, the action sequences include intense stylized violence in the vein of a Michael Bay or Zack Snyder movie.
Huh? I would have never grouped those two together.
Arnee, what do you think this movie is?
Is it a Red Dragon?
It's a good guess, but it is not Red Dragon.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. All right.
For 3 points under Violence and Gore, the main character fights the military at a soda factory. A man is violently thrown through several glass windows and is heard screaming. There's a lot of shooting and a brief explosion.
Oh, shit.
For 2 points under Frightening and Intense Scenes, the hero has a really scary appearance. Each scene with him is extremely intense and kind of has a horror movie vibe.
Who is this?
For 1 point under sex and nudity, after the main character is transformed back to a human after being tracked down by the military, we see him shirtless and loose pants around him. The scene goes on until he was able to flag down a passing motorist. Arnee and Freddie both have guesses. Josh also has buzzed in. Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Wolfman?
What was that?
Wolfman?
Wolfman. Freddie, what do you think?
Ooh, I was going to say The Incredible Hulk, but now I'm wrong.
Incredible Hulk. Arnee, what do you think?
Oh, dang, that's what I was about to say. Incredible Hulk.
Okay. Well, I'm so happy to say that the only one who didn't guess the Edward Norton movie is the person who chose Edward Norton. This is The Incredible Hulk.
Ah!
Josh, you got me worried with the Wolfman. I was like, oh, shoot. That might be right.
Right. To my defense,
Uh-huh.
That was a good guess.
Edward Norton was an asshole in that movie.
And just that movie.
Just that movie. All right, I'm not perfect. Far from it.
I mean, it's easy to forget that he's in that movie.
Yeah, it is.
Now that we have Ruffalo.
He's upstaged by Tim Roth in that movie.
One of them has come back to the universe.
I know. I love it.
Also, shout out to Freddie for getting a Marvel movie after all that lead up.
That's not one of the new Marvel movies. That's how I knew it.
That is one of the new Marvel movies.
Oh, is it a new one?
It's the second of this whole universe.
Okay.
Well, now Josh and Freddie tied at 3 points. Arnee at -2.
Yes.
Freddie, would you like a movie from 1998, 2014, or 2021?
98.
98. I swear there are Keanu movies in here. We will get to them. Maybe we're getting to one now. 1998 for 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. 2 men are shown drunk at 3 different times. They appear very disgruntled. For 4 points under violence and gore, some reckless driving in a desert. Josh has a guess. Anybody else? Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Reckless driving in the desert, 2 men drunk at 3 separate times. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You're all just getting each other's actors, which is great. This is Benicio del Toro in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I don't like that movie.
It's another one that I haven't seen.
It's
overrated.
It's a good movie.
It's a movie.
I feel like there was a period where everybody loved that movie, and then I feel like it all dropped off.
It's Gilliam, so it's.
Speaking of assholes.
Yeah, it's Gilliam. Yeah, exactly.
The wonderful combination of Terry Gilliam and Johnny Depp.
Yeah. And Hunter S. Thompson, tinged with Hunter S. Thompson.
Uh-huh. I have seen Where the Buffalo Roam. I haven't seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's the only character I know that's been played by Benicio del Toro and Peter Boyle.
Yeah. The book is better. Fear and Loathing.
Also in this movie, frightening and intense scenes, his lawyer threatens to kill him twice while under the influence of acid and cocaine. This is meant to be funny. Frightening and intense scenes, this movie isn't that scary, but can be unsettling. The trips are not suggested for the faint of heart, as they sometimes involve insane and off-the-wall situations. And alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Illegal drugs are our main theme of this film. 2 main characters are almost always abusing a drug during the film. They try many illegal drugs, and the film shows each drug having a different effect on them. Josh has moved up to 7. Freddie at 3. Arnee at -2. Josh,
yep.
Would you like a movie from 1992, 2006, or 2021?
Go with was it 92, 2006, or 2021?
Yep.
92.
92. From 1992 for 5 points under sex and nudity. A man's expression shows he may like a woman's moaning he hears. A man's expression shows he may like a woman's moaning he hears. For 4 points under sex and nudity, the main character calls absinthe, quote, the aphrodisiac of the self.
Aphrodisiac of the self?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
For 3 points under violence and gore, several impaled skeletons are seen in a room in the castle. Freddie has a guess. Josh has a guess. And Arnee has a guess. Arnee, what do you think this movie is?
Is it Dracula?
Josh,
Like-
what do you think?
Brokers?
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Freddie, what do you think?
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
We finally have our Keanu. This is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yes.
Yeah, no trying any accent is always a great movie.
Also in this movie, violence and gore, the main character, as a werewolf, is seen with blood in his teeth. He then kills someone off screen on a ship, and we see blood squirt onto the sail. And frightening and intense scenes, the main character's eyes are seen in the sky during another character's journey to Transylvania. Well, Arnee finally on the plus side at 1 point.
Yeah.
Freddie at 6, Josh at 10. That's the halfway point. 6 movies remain. Arnee, we're back to you.
Okay.
Would you like a movie from 1991, 2006, or 2012?
Let's do 2012.
2012. In 2012 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. Nope, that's not the movie. That's the movie under profanity. Mild profanity used throughout the film by children and adults. Bitch is used a few times, as well as 3 religious profanities and 3 religious exclamations. For 4 points under violence and gore, a boy is struck by lightning, but otherwise fine, besides being a little frazzled.
I think I know what movie it is, and I'm really loath to say it.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a girl shoots an arrow at a boy. His arm is shown, bloody but not gory, and only briefly.
Yep.
Josh has a guess. Anybody else? All right, Josh.
Is this Moonrise Kingdom?
This is one of many movies that he's done with Wes Anderson, Edward Norton in Moonrise Kingdom.
The only reason I knew this, the only reason I knew this is because of the Boy Scout thing. It sounded like a Boy Scout thing.
This was the one where I thought I was done with Wes Anderson.
Yeah, and I was done about a movie before this.
Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A scout leader, a police officer, and a few other characters smoke cigarettes throughout the film. A 12-year-old boy smokes a pipe on a couple of occasions. And sex and nudity. A 12-year-old boy wearing shorts and a t-shirt and a 12-year-old girl in her underwear wake up inside a tent. It's not clear that anything happened beyond falling asleep and embracing.
Oh, Wes Anderson.
Brings Josh up to 13, Freddie at 6, Arnee at 1. Freddie, Would you like a movie from 1993, 2013, or 2019?
We'll go 93.
93. $1993 for 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. There is a great deal of alcohol consumption at a ball. Some characters are seen drinking to excess. Freddie has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Freddie?
Is this My Own Private Idaho?
This is not My Own Private Idaho. I said drinking at a ball. For 4 points under violence and gore, a woman asks a man to kill another man in a moment of anger, but this does not occur.
You said a ball, right?
A ball.
Okay.
All right, Josh, what do you think?
There's Much Ado About Nothing.
Not my favorite Keanu performance, but my favorite movie that Keanu's in. This is Much Ado About Nothing.
I've never seen it.
This adaptation. What a weird cast of people in this movie. You got your Keanu, you got Michael Keaton, you got Denzel Washington, Kenneth Branagh, Emma Thompson, Kate Beckinsale.
It was insane. It was an insane cast.
The kid from Dead Poet Society and House, I think.
Mm-hmm.
One with lupus.
It's never lupus.
One time it was.
Also in this movie, frightening and intense scenes, a man is tricked into believing his fiancée had cheated on him, and he accuses her of adultery in a very emotional scene. Frightening and intense scenes, treachery and false accusations are key themes in the play, sometimes intense but never over the top, nothing unsuitable for children. And profanity, none whatsoever. Every line is taken verbatim from Shakespeare's play.
It really is one of the better adaptations.
It's so fun. And it's probably my favorite Shakespeare play. And it's just, I don't know. I've auditioned for roles using monologues from that. That brings Josh to 17. We still have 4 movies left, which means there's still 20 points on the board. So anybody can come back. Josh, would you like a movie from 1988, 1996, or 2014?
Go with 88.
88. From 1988, for 5 points under sex and nudity, the main character gets intimate with Gina later, as displayed by a montage of different shots to indicate sex.
Gina?
Gina, like a name?
Like the name Gina.
Oh.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Damn, Gina.
It's China.
For 4 points under frightening and intense themes, the townspeople are grumpy curmudgeons who come off as quite unpleasant.
Quite unpleasant curmudgeons. So this is that Norton film.
For 3 points under violence and gore, when the main character reveals he has a fiancé, Gina slaps him hard. A red handprint is visible on his face in the following scene.
I don't know who was in this, but okay.
Josh is going to take a guess. Anybody else? All right, Josh, what do you think?
This Big Top Huey?
This is the very first movie that Benicio del Toro was ever in.
Okay.
Big Top Pee-wee.
Big Top Kiwi.
Pee-wee.
The second Pee-wee Herman movie.
Pee Wee Herman. Oh,
yeah. It's I watched it for the obvious reason, and not great.
No,
all I remember is they eat the little hot dog weenies, right? I remember that scene.
But that means that I finally get to share this piece of trivia that I found when putting together this game. Benicio del Toro's character in this movie is Duke the Dog-Faced Boy.
I did not know
years later
that he was Duke the Dog-Faced Boy. That's awesome.
A couple of years later, Keanu Reeves did an uncredited cameo in Alex Winter's Freaked as Ortiz the Dog Boy.
Wow, that's a crazy connection.
2 out of the 3 actors on here have played dog boys.
But Ed Norton hasn't written the script yet.
No, Ed Norton has just played a dog named Rex.
That's true.
There's very little boyish about him. Well, I hate to say that it's just no. Freddie can tie it up if Freddie plays differently than he's been playing this game.
And I go nuts.
Josh is at 20. Freddie's at 5. Arnee is at 1. I guess there's still points to be gained at the end. I have a final question.
Oh yes.
But 3 movies remain. 1 more for each of you. Let's see if we can hopefully get a little more Keanu in this show. Also, the other clues in Big Top Pee-wee: alcohol, drugs, and smoking. The main character invents an odd formula that ends up transforming the old people in town to children.
Weenies.
And frightening and intense scenes, Pee-wee is cornered by a lion who, although seems ferocious, turns out to be tame.
I forget, was this fiance Dottie at the time still?
No, a totally different person.
Yeah.
That's weird.
She liked egg salad sandwiches, right?
She thought he loved egg salad sandwiches.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And he just kept eating them even though he did not.
Yeah. I remember he taking a bite. I remember he like threw it behind him or something.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
All right. Arnee, would you like a movie from 1991, 2017, or 2021?
Let's do 2017 again.
2017. Just because we're almost at the end of the game and I feel bad about this. This is the second time you've had 2 options of Keanu Reeves movies and maybe didn't go for a Keanu Reeves movie. All right. 2017. For 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. 2 lead characters walk into a casino where drinking of alcohol can be seen. For 4 points under violence and gore, CGI animals get whipped violently by electric rods. For 3 points under violence and gore, 2 characters kill a squad of masked bodyguards with their weapons.
With their weapons. Love it.
For 2 points under violence and gore, a character is shot at by a huge array of weaponry. The character appears to liquefy from the blast. The actuality is that the red sand from the ground of the planet they are on kicks up, giving the illusion that the character is blown to pieces. He is later revealed to be fine. All right, Josh, what do you think?
This Battle Angel Alita?
This is not Battle Angel Alita.
I knew that was one of those random Edward Norton movies where he was just in there.
He is just in there. That is another just underrated movie.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty solid. Last clue for 1 point under sex and nudity. Kylo Ren is seen shirtless to emphasize that Rey could see him through the Force.
Oh wait, which one is it?
Giving everybody a chance to try to remember what one of these might be this movie.
I don't like Star Wars.
Freddie, what are you going to go with?
Oh no.
Is it The Force Awakens?
Josh, what are you going to go with?
The Last Jedi?
It is not The Force Awakens. It is The Last Jedi.
Okay. It's the good one of the three.
I agree. One of my only problems with this movie is the fact that Benicio del Toro appears in it, and you're like, wow, he's a cool, interesting character, but he's going to be important, and then you never see him again. But other than that, if you don't listen to like Twitter, it's a great movie.
It is. It's the one where they finally were going to change everything.
Uh-huh.
Like, it was going to be different. Like the fact that Rey found out that she didn't have any reason to have the Force, and then was immediately retconned the next movie.
You know the retcon is bad based on the first sentence of somehow the Emperor has returned. Somehow Palpatine has returned.
Yeah, somehow.
Don't worry about it.
I love the fact that Snoke was nothing.
That's one of the things I loved about that movie, is how much of it is just stop trying to add meaning where there's no meaning. You're just here.
Exactly.
And J.J. Abrams was like, everybody was mad at that. Now everything means one thing.
J.J. Abrams was like, everybody's a Skywalker. Everybody's a Skywalker. Everybody is a Skywalker. Jar Jar Binks, Skywalker.
That was... Okay, so that means that Josh is at 20, Freddie is at 4, Arnee is at 1.
Yeah.
Hey, the both of you are gonna end up in at least 0 points. So that's pretty good. We got 2 movies left. Freddie, you get to pick this one. Would you like a movie from 1991, 1996, or 2013?
Go 96.
96.
Yeah, that was okay. Oh.
All this talk, and yet Freddie shied away from My Own Private Idaho.
Oh, man. I just rewatched it recently too. I would have nailed it.
I'm gonna guess My Own Private Idaho.
All right. Penultimate movie, 1996 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. An angry undertone builds throughout the movie, and the main character's emotions are explosive and add to the overall emotionality of the film.
Yeah, I'm going to take a wild stab at this.
I was just going to take a wild stab. Anybody else want to stab wildly? All right, Josh.
Looks like it was the first year that Norton was acting. Is this Primal Fear?
This is not Primal Fear.
All right, took a wild stab, like I said.
For 4 points under sex and nudity, a scene of a photographer taking pictures of a scantily clad woman on a bed. Nudity includes breast cleavage.
Ooh. Right on.
For 3 points under violence and gore, 2 characters are shot by a sniper with realistic blood loss. One of the men is paralyzed by his injury.
It's My Own Private Idaho.
For 2 points under sex and nudity, multiple framed pictures, photographs, cartoons, and magazines displayed shows nude women with full rear nudity, breasts, and a cartoon erect penis.
What the fuck?
Last clue for 1 point under sex and nudity. Woody Harrelson giving monologue while you see three fully nude girls. Freddie has a guess. Josh has a guess.
That's right.
Josh, what do you think?
People versus Larry Flint.
Freddie, what do you think?
I already forgot the name. I was Natural Born Killers.
It is not Natural Born Killers. It's the year that Edward Norton started working. He was in a film called The People versus Larry Flint.
Yeah. I forgot about the other movie he was in.
I really thought you were going to get it.
Yeah, I thought so too.
All right, last chance to get some points before the final round.
I'm actually legitimately disappointed.
We're kind of playing for second place here. Arnee is at 1, Freddie is at 3, Josh stands at 20. What do we have left here? All right, Josh, you get the final pick, because of course you do. Would you like a movie from 1996, 2006, or 2019?
Let's go with 96. Everybody say it with me. I'll wait for the clue.
All right. From 1996, final movie of the night for 5 points under sex and nudity. Just a couple of shower scenes where men wear towels around their waists. No nudity is shown. Josh, guessing real early. Anybody else? Josh, what is this movie?
That's a 5-point clue. Could be anything. Is this Primal Fear?
Josh, this movie is still not Primal Fear.
Okay, good.
All right, we all had fun with that. For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, the main character has anger issues and can be very violent. His anger is clearly shown to trouble and upset his young son. He neglects his child's needs in order to prioritize his own. The depiction of neglect may upset some viewers.
Wow. That was almost well written.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a man opens up his freezer and finds a patch of flesh from a victim's arms.
Huh.
For 2 points under violence and gore, a man hits another with a baseball bat several times. The bat has blood on it, and so does the victim's face. It's heavily implied that he was killed.
I love the implication that he was killed there.
Last clue for 1 point under violence and gore. A man stabs a baseball player in a sauna after a scuffle. Some blood is seen. Freddie has a guess. Anybody else?
I have a guess.
Josh also has a guess. What do you think, Josh?
Is this The Fan?
Freddie, what do you think?
And
This is Benicio del Toro in The Fan.
great movie.
What is this? What
This
movie
is
De Niro.
Robert De Niro is obsessed with this baseball player played by Wesley Snipes, and becomes a real deranged stalker.
Okay.
It's not bad.
The Fan.
It's a good movie. Another one, good soundtrack too.
All right.
It was a decent. It was a good movie. I enjoyed that movie.
Wesley Snipes? I would have.
All right. Before we get to the final one, because I know I won't have to save any of these, because there won't be a tiebreaker necessary. The movies we didn't get to tonight: Benicio del Toro in Guardians of the Galaxy, Edward Norton in Alita: Battle Angel, Benicio del Toro in Inherent Vice, Keanu Reeves in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey,
Right?
Edward Norton in The Grand Budapest Hotel, Keanu Reeves in The Matrix Resurrections, Edward Norton in The Illusionist, Keanu Reeves in The Matrix Resurrections. Why do I have that on there twice? Keanu Reeves in My Own Private Idaho, Keanu Reeves in A Scanner Darkly, Keanu Reeves in 47 Ronin, and Keanu Reeves in Toy Story 4.
Scanner Darkly.
Toy Story 4.
So yeah, Keanu was on this list. But let's get to the final question. In a moment, I will ask you a question based on these actors' filmographies. Right now, I want you to privately message me a bet between 0 and your total points and how confident you feel about this question. Arnee, you can bet up to 1 point. Freddie, you can bet up to 4 points. Josh, you can bet up to 20 points. And there is a possibility of 3 bonus points. So we're talking about these actors' filmographies.
Yeah.
Josh is making sure nobody can see him send in his bet.
Did I send it to everybody? Oh no! What it was, I'm on a tablet, and it's to type in. It's
that makes more sense.
Oh, we have to send in our bets before we hear the clue?
It's Final Jeopardy style.
Oh.
I know you have a lot of numbers to choose from.
Hey. Okay. So I'm just sending
me either the number 0 or the number 1.
What an impression.
Okay.
All right. Everybody's got their bets in. Josh, I assume, knows what's happening here because it's the go-to final question for this. I found the average of all of the movies on all of these gentlemen's IMDb's. What I want to ask you is, of Keanu Reeves, Edward Norton, and Benicio del Toro, which one has the highest average rating throughout his filmography? I want you to privately message me the actor you think has the highest average rating. And for a bonus 3 points, if you get that right, I want you to tell me what that rating might be from 1 to 10. If you get it within 0.3 of the actual total, I will give you 3 more points.
Okay.
I know that's a lot of information, but
it is. You want the actor?
The actor, and then if you would like to try for the 3 extra points, what you think that rating is.
What you think that rating is. And that rating is IMDb.
IMDb, the average of all of their movies.
Which is out of 10.
I may have accidentally thrown a little FU in there to you by mistake. Because I bet you could have a tie.
Who has the better rating? And it's IMDb.
It's IMDb.
Vibes are like so okay. I don't have much to lose. So.
I want to make it sporting, and then I realized I just made it.
It's out of 10.
Out of 10.
Okay.
You may or may not want to throw a point in there. You get it within 0.3, you get that extra 3 points.
All right, there we go.
All right. So, Freddie and Josh both said Benicio del Toro has the highest rating. Arnee says that Edward Norton has the highest rating. So only one of you went with the actor you chose. So let's get Keanu out of the way. Keanu has an average rating of 6.3. Benicio has an average rating. You know what? I'm gonna go here first. Edward Norton has an average rating 7.0.
Okay.
Benicio del Toro has an average rating. And Josh, you're going to kick yourself.
Yeah.
6.7.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Josh somehow guessed Benicio del Toro's average rating on the dot, but it doesn't matter because the highest average rating is from Edward Norton.
Yeah. He's a pretty boy. That's why, y'all.
That's right.
But yeah, real close for all of them.
I honestly thought that Del Toro had more quality films and Norton had a few more stinkers.
Nope, it's because Edward is pretty. That's why, y'all.
Yeah.
So that means Josh bet 9 points, loses 9 points. Freddie bet all 4 points, loses all 4 points. And Arnee bet 1 point. Meaning that our scores tonight, Freddie in last place with 0 points. Arnee with the redemption arc, 2 points. But our winner tonight with a measly 11 points. Josh trying to set up a tie situation and not getting there. With 11 points. Josh is our winner tonight.
Thank you.
Well, this was so much fun. Thank you all for doing this again. Freddie and Arnee, I swear I'm going to have a theme that is really up your alley at some point.
Okay.
And you're going to dominate this game.
Absolutely.
But
well,
until then, what?
I made my goal. I said to get 1 point. So.
I feel bad now that we're out of spots on the horror movie episode because I'm real curious how you do in that one.
No, it's okay. I'll watch.
Yeah, that's the one where you're going to be at home watching, being like, I know that one, I know that one, I know that one.
Hey, Nick, I know I'm on the wait list for it. If they want to take my place on the wait list in case everyone opens up, put them on.
I mean, I can do that if that's something we, like I said, we're full right now, but if anybody drops out, we can definitely do that if you were interested.
Yeah, definitely take my spot if you want to.
Me take my
you take the waitlist spot.
Yeah,
Josh is first on the wait list if anybody drops out, and he wants to say if anybody drops out to give it to you instead.
Oh well, like let's take it.
Let's take it a week, but you know that's 21 days away.
Yeah.
I'm just offering.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Before we get to any of that, let me say thank you once again to our contestants. Before we go, if there's anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words you want to share with the internet, Freddie, I'm going to start with you.
Oh, not really. Nick, thanks for having me. I got a couple of shows coming up soon. I have one this Thursday. I think it actually might have got canceled, though. I definitely have a show in Haverhill with Malice Comedy on October 19th. That's a backyard show. And then I have a show at in Portsmouth on November 10th at Hearth Market. So yeah, you can check me out there. You can check out my Instagram, Freddie Comedy. But yeah, thanks for having me, Nick. Again, I had a great time.
For doing it again. Love to have you here. Arnee, anything that you want to talk about?
I have a group show with people in my studio program. That's this Friday, October 14th. Instagram is argmarg or argmarg, and then I forgot what you call the little line.
Underscore. Arg_marg.
Yeah, there you go.
What is this group that you said?
Oh, PF Studios. Well,
you're an artist, right?
Yeah. But all of y'all are Massachusetts, right?
We are Massachusetts, but there are people from all over that watch this.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're in Minnesota, it's in Northrop King Building.
I will. If you are in, and we do have Minnesota watchers. I will say before we get to this, just a shout out, and I wish I knew your name, but I got a message from Marty last week saying that somebody recognized them from the show at a party they went to, and that fucking rules.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So if you're watching now, hi. I can't say anything else because I have no idea who you are, but what a cool moment.
Only 197 episodes.
Finally, our winner tonight, Josh. First of all, would you like to claim your prize?
I would like to claim my prize, but I'm trying to figure out what to do because I could force you to watch American History X.
Oh,
you could do that,
but I don't think I'm going to do that. Have you seen
That's a good movie. You're not getting disappointed.
Have you seen Rounders?
I haven't seen Rounders.
Watch Rounders.
That's all right. I'm going to watch Rounders. Ed Norton and Matthew Damon.
A lot of Sopranos cameos in Rounders.
Yeah, and the best John Malkovich performance.
Oh yeah, John that's the thing I know from that movie.
KGB.
John Malkovich with his Russian accent.
Yeah, it's a great movie though. It's a fantastic movie.
All right, yeah, Rounders it is. I will watch that next week. Can't be any worse than The Spy Next Door.
I was actually going to give you, by the way, was Nicolas Cage in what the hell was the movie now? The movie he was in, the movie you just did. Fuck. It was the worst movie I've ever seen. So I was actually gonna try to up Tyler Tuttle.
I mean, I do feel like there are certain players who are now gonna vie for that.
Yeah, but I figured I'd give you a good movie.
That's the thing. Like, if people want to give me bad movies, fine.
Yeah.
I would ask that those bad movies are under 90 minutes because they are so long.
I mean,
but
so far I've given you one great movie and a mediocre movie. So
really, just I haven't had to throw out an objection yet. There's a couple of movies in my head. I know if anybody tells me to watch them, I'm gonna have to throw out a rare objection. But Rounders isn't one of them.
Good.
And finally, would you like to say anything before we go?
I don't have anything to promote other than Jamie Loftus's book just came out.
Fuck yeah, Raw Dog.
It's fantastic. I read the first maybe 50 pages and it's unbelievably good. I love Jamie Loftus. I loved working with her when I worked with her at IB, and she's a fantastic comedian. She's done so well for herself. And get the book Raw Dog. It's a history of hot dogs in America.
Yeah. She is a weirdo genius.
Yes, a singular
and
talent.
Just fucking crushing it in a way that I wish I could get her on this show. But she has to be one of the busiest people, I think.
Oh yeah.
Maybe someday.
Like 4 podcasts.
Oh yeah, 4 podcasts currently.
Yeah, currently.
Yeah, let's take this moment to promote some Jamie Loftus stuff for some reason.
Yeah.
Bechdel Cast, wonderful podcast she does with Caitlin Durante. She did miniseries My Year in Mensa. She did a Lolita podcast. She did a podcast about the comic strip Kathy. She once tried to eat the entirety of Infinite Jest.
Yep. She's a singular talent.
Just a weird Jamie Loftus love fest at the end. Boss Whom Is Girl.
Oh yes, Boss Whom Is Girl.
One of her one-woman shows is on YouTube, and it's one of the funniest things.
Yeah, I mean, if you like weird humor, like kind of weird humor that still is grounded in reality.
Yeah, like not quite Tim and Eric, but kind of like in that Adult Swim vein.
Yeah, but she wrote for Robot Chicken. She wrote for
exactly. I think she's co-producing that Lower Deck Star Trek series now.
I think she is. Yeah, that's right. She's a person I'm like, I have no reason to be, but I'm proud of her.
I mean, yeah, like I'm so bummed. We're really dragging out this episode, but I'm so bummed. I like jumped back into comedy, I think a year, maybe 2 after she left.
Oh no.
So, luckily I've gotten to meet her a few times and talk to her, and she's great, but
anyways, I just want to promote her book Raw Dog.
Anyway, go get Jamie's book Raw Dog.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
All right. Well, once again, thank you so much to my guests, Arnee Martin, Freddie Scibelli, Josh Poirier. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom, including Letterboxd. Go look there. That's where I post all of these reviews for these movies and way too many other reviews for movies like Saturday the 14th. You can find the show on Facebook if you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this episode. Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. We do this show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on this channel you're watching, which is convenient for you. If you want to hit that subscribe button, share the video. YouTube is 18 years old? I don't need to tell you any of this. You're gonna do it or you're not. It's like saying on your outgoing voicemail message, leave a message. We know how this works. I trust you. If you like this, you'll follow it. And if you want to be on it, I want to have you on it. So keep a lookout for all of that. Get ready for the 200th episode coming up soon. If you want to be a part of that, more details to follow. Thank you so much for watching this. We'll be back next week with long titles. That's going to be a real fun episode. I will say right now, we have people on that episode who are notorious for not being able to remember titles, trying to guess movies with long titles. So we'll see how this goes. It's going to be